Hey, Jeff Nelson here. I excel real estate Eastern Shore. I'm excited. If it doesn't look like I'm excited, it's just my face. Can't really help that. But I am excited. I'm excited because I am starting a new series, and it's not really, well, it is going to be different than what I have done. I think I have 378 videos on this channel. And so it's going to be a lot of the same content, but it's going to be a lot more of it. And it's a new series. I'm going to number them off by episode and date. And really it's more of a new attitude. And that attitude is life in Lower Alabama. That's really the title of this new and ongoing series. So in a couple years, you might be watching episode 723. Anyway, so I'm really going to dig deep. So if you're moving here, or if you already live here, this is all going to be about life in Lower Alabama, primarily Baldwin County. That's where I live. Mobile County, Mobile, all that side of the bay is definitely considered Lower Alabama. But most of my stuff, most of my content is on the Baldwin side, where Gulf Shores and Orange Beach is, and Fairhope and Daphne, Spanish Fort, Foley. And so anyway, if I'm going to be talking to business owners, I'm going to be talking to going to restaurants, more restaurant reviews, because I do like to eat. And we have some fantastic food down here. And events. You're going to know what it's like, exactly what it's like to live in Lower Alabama by watching this channel now. I mean, and it's going to be, I'm going to do my best to be organized about it. Lots of content, more people. I'm going to have a blast. Of course, I'm in real estate, so real estate does play a part in living in an area. So whether you want to move here, or if you already live here and you want to move somewhere else, and anyway, so that'll be peppered in there as well. But I'm very excited about it. So, and news that I think, there's always news going on, but I'm going to talk about news that I think somebody might want to hear if they're trying to figure out if Fairhope or Daphne is a good place for them to live. So just all kinds of announcements and everything. So episode 1. Today is November 11th, 2024. It is in the middle of the day. It's about 1 o'clock. It's 75 degrees. And what is typical today is, what is a typical temperature is, it's normally about 69 degrees today. So it's about 6 degrees more than what it's supposed to be. It's been rainy for several days because we had this system, Rafael, I think, down in Cuba in the Gulf and all that, but it kind of fizzled away. But we really didn't get any hurricanes. We got some remnants of some storms this year, but 2024, our area saw no major impact in storms, which is great. And that's kind of typical too. I mean, anyway, that's a whole nother video for another day. But so let's get into our first topic for our first episode of Life in Lower Alabama. Baldwin County, Mobile County, Lower Alabama is becoming increasingly popular for people who want to relocate and move. A lot of people find out about our part of the country because they visit here. We have about, I don't know, some estimates are about 9 million people a year visit here, mainly because of the beaches. A lot of people find out about this awesome place and they decide to move here later on. And it's usually because they visited here or something along those lines, or they visited somebody. But it is becoming very well known. And so what I did is, our first topic for the first episode of this series is 12 reasons why people are moving to Baldwin County. Thought it was a great first topic for this series. So here's 12. It's categorized into 6 different categories, 12 reasons of why people are moving to Lower Alabama. Let's do it. So natural beauty and outdoor recreation. We live in such a beautiful part of the country, in my opinion. I'm from Virginia Beach, the Virginia Beach area, born and raised there. I came here in 2012. And the beach it's just apples and oranges when you're comparing the East Coast to the Gulf Coast, especially Florida, the Gulf Coast of Florida and Alabama, which is fairly almost the same. But we have beautiful white sandy beaches. The sand is like a fine, very fine grit sand, beautiful white. We got the teal waters, ribbons that go through and are along the coast there. But we have one of the most diverse ecosystems in the entire country. It's one place where you could find an alligator and a dolphin in the same water in some places down here. So I mean, there's just so much opportunity, so many parks and places to hike. I mean, we have several parks where there's miles and miles of walking trails or biking trails, tons of golf courses, tons of parks, just numerous opportunities to get outside and walk and enjoy the natural landscape that we have here, as well as all kinds of outdoor activities. Pickleball is becoming widespread all over the country, and they're putting up brand new pickleball courts down here. It's just gorgeous what's happening in our part of the country, but also Baldwin County itself, it's just a pretty part of the country. Now, the people who govern our areas, the mayors and the governor, but really the mayors and the people who run the city councils, they play a big part too. For instance, as an example, for the most part, they try to keep industrialization or commercialization. They don't like that to be in your face. They don't want to hide the natural beauty of our area. Here's a great example. In Daphne, it is very easy to ride by the Daphne Walmart and not see it if you don't know it's there. And the same thing with the Gulf Shores Walmart. It's tucked away. Same thing with the Fairhope Walmart. It is not even near any other, well, there's some business over there now, but for a while it was just all by itself, set away several miles away from all the other shopping. Anyway, we have a ton of natural beauty and outdoor recreation opportunities right here, and a lot of people are figuring that out, with miles and miles of bike trails and walking trails and scenic views and sunset spots galore. So that's one of the main categories, one of the main reasons that attracts people here. Another reason that people are moving here is for the economic opportunities. Baldwin County is growing extremely fast. It's currently the 7th largest, they call it a metropolitan area, the whole county, from what I read. But anyway, the county is like the 7th fastest growing in the entire country. And so that leads to increased job opportunities across various sectors. We have a strong and diverse economy. Some of the major industries that are growing by leaps and bounds in Baldwin is tourism, aerospace and aviation, manufacturing, healthcare, and education. I mean, all of those sectors are just booming. And when you have a growing area, you always have to think about healthcare and the education system. And they are doing, one of the major hospitals in Foley, in the county is in Foley, and they just added they basically just doubled the hospital. And so things like that, the infrastructure, we're seeing those improve all over the county, taking 2 lanes to 4 lanes. So there's all kinds of opportunities, with homes being built and shopping centers being built all over the place. So there is a tremendous opportunity down here for as far as the economy goes, and that's attracting people. Quality of life, that's always a huge one. That usually involves just how you feel when you're in your day-to-day activities. And Baldwin County has a beautiful quality of life feeling that you have. It's it's really known for its southern charm and hospitality. It's that old down-home country feel that you get in a lot of small towns. And, you know, Baldwin itself has about, I don't know, I think about 260,000 people in the whole county, which is a pretty big place. And so you still, even though it's growing really fast, you still have that southern charm. And even people, you know, a lot of people who are moving here from the north, and it almost seems like they're adopting that way of life down here. It's a laid-back atmosphere. You just feel comfortable. I remember when I first moved here in 2012 from Virginia, and it's just, I remember I was getting gas. I'd been here like 10 minutes, and I was getting gas in Fairhope, I think. And one of the guys pumping gas next to me just noticed I had a different license plate and just started talking to me. And I thought that was just so interesting that, you know, that people are so friendly, and they are. I've been here since 2012, and it's 2024 now. And it's always remained like that. It's just a general feeling of friendliness and hospitality. Another thing that you think about when you think about quality of life is the cost of living. And Baldwin County and Alabama as a whole does have a lower cost of living, not the lowest in the country, but lower among compared to many parts of the country. And so any time you can make your dollars stretch a little further, you're going to be happy and have a little bit more quality of life. And also, Baldwin County is considered a tax-friendly area that is relatively low when it comes to low income tax, personal income taxes. So I'm not a CPA, and that's why I'm stumbling around a little bit on that. But I have a CPA, and he can explain it all to you. But I do know this, since I'm a realtor, I do know that property taxes are actually the third lowest in the entire country. So that is a big one. As a realtor, I'm talking to clients, and they're talking about how their property taxes are like $10,000 a year, and they come here and they're like $1,500. So I see that all the time. Those conversations are type of things that conversations that I have almost daily, you know, when I'm talking to people from all over the country. So quality of life is another big reason why people are moving here. Some people might move here due to the fact that we have a great educational system, and it's really a family-friendly environment. Baldwin County, one of the downsides, and I'll do a video on this too, one of the downsides that some say about our area is that it's not really a place that is great for going clubbing. Of course, there's bars and there's live music, and there's definitely things to do for the adults, but it's not near what you would find in some other areas like Destin or Fort Lauderdale or any other beach town. It's more low-key. You're going to see a lot of kids, a lot of family, all ages you're going to see. And the educational, as far as that goes, we have highly top-rated schools. I've done some videos on this in the past, and I'll do some more. But I use a website called greatschools.net, and it's easy to find and look up Baldwin County, and you can see all the schools. There's numerous highly rated private schools as well in our area, and but all of the high schools are really top rated. So a lot of people are attracted to that. So far as family friendly goes, you know, again, family friendly, that's a broad term. I really don't like saying that. What you're going to see is there's a lot of activities for people of all ages to do here. I already mentioned parks. There's parks all over the county, and we're talking huge parks with like 20 or 30 miles of trails and things going on, and then all kinds of little things. But there's always events happening. I was in Fairhope a couple days ago planning for this new series that I'm talking about right now with all these episodes and dates and subjects and all that. And lo and behold, there's a parade going on right in front of Provision where I was getting coffee. And it was a Veterans Day parade, which is today. but they were doing the parade on Saturday, and it was just great. That is just typical. It's typical to just have all kinds of, art festivals, and I did a video last month on this shrimp festival that was in Gulf Shores, and man, it was just always something to do and places to go in our area. Climate and location is a huge reason why people, well, the climate part really is a huge reason why people are moving to Baldwin County and lower Alabama. Our climate down here, that's why I'm going to start out each video giving the time, date, and what the temperature is and the weather, just to give people an idea of what it's like throughout the year. So, but we have a pleasant climate for most of the year, with mild winters. When I say mild, I mean mild. There's usually only a couple months a year that I wear long pants. I'm usually wearing shorts, 10 months out of the year. And so it gets chilly. It may get into the 20s a few times a year, like around the end of January, 1st of February, but the climate is pretty much really nice. It gets, now the heat from like June to August is the sweltering heat. And it's really the humidity that does that, because the average temperatures are really, like the average highs are only like, well, I say only, but it's like 96 degrees. It's the humidity that makes it feel like it's so much hotter. But that's why we have air conditioner, folks. And so anyway, and then the location. How we are strategically located in the country helps us with hurricanes. That is fact. And also how the interstate system really helps Baldwin County. So the Interstate I-10 goes right across, right through Daphne and Spanish Fort. So you could easily jump on the interstate there, and you can easily be in Mobile in about 10 minutes. And you can be going east, you can be in Pensacola in about 50 minutes. So, but really from I-10, you can go anywhere. And we're really close. So the location, our infrastructure is really strong, and it makes it very easy. We got 2 major airports within an hour away from Baldwin County. So anyway, a lot of people are moving here, mainly for the climate though. I hit a little bit on this earlier, but to expand on this, another reason why people come down here is for the cultural attractions and events. Our area is very much an artsy area. There's a lot of authors and artists that were born out of this area or who have come back. And I'm sure I'll do a whole video series on that down the road too, or bunch of different videos. But it's a very artsy scene, which bears many events. We have an art walk, like during the warmer months, during the on season, we have an art walk every, first Friday of every month, and you just go down and everybody's displaying their art. But we have all kinds of museums and art centers and all kinds of things like that. There are many events, as I mentioned earlier, like Fairhope every year has this huge Fairhope Arts and Crafts Festival. So they just shut down the streets in downtown Fairhope, and there's just hundreds of vendors, displaying mainly art and different things that you can buy. But it's just a great thing to see. The Shrimp Festival that I mentioned earlier. We have a hot air balloon festival every year here that I went there last year and did some video on that. That was a lot of fun. And but these things are happening all of the time. All of the time. Mardi Gras. That's like a month of straight parades and stuff that people really get into down here. So the cultural scene is strong in lower Alabama. So from the southern charm to the climate to all of the things to do and the natural beauty of lower Alabama, you might be able to see why a lot of people are attracted here. And Lord knows they are attracted here. I get calls all the time. Nearly 100% of the people that I talk to are calling me from another state. almost 100%. I actually had one person last week email me, and they want to move from Daphne to Fairhope. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what just happened? Somebody actually from our area is moving across town. It's almost always people moving from another state. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this. This is a kickoff. Not all the videos are going to be this long, and they're going to be very short, sweet, to the point, but it's going to give you information on what it's like to live. What is life like in Low Alabama? Please subscribe. There's going to be a ton of information coming from this channel. So please subscribe, and let me know if you need anything.